Numsa and the SA Cabin Crew Association are picketing outside Comair Offices in Kempton Park this morning. They're demanding the resignation of CEO Glenn Orsmond and a business rescue practitioner Richard Ferguson. This comes after Kulula and British Airways flights were grounded indefinitely from Tuesday. Ahmed Kajee is outside Comair Offices and joins us now. Ahmed, good morning. How did we arrive at this point?
Hi, Hugo. Well, the process has been 2 years in the making with regards to this particular grounding of all the flights from Comair, that's British Airways and Kulula. And let me just take you back to May 2020, and that's when Comair went into business rescue and all operations at Kulula Airlines as well as British Airways, both of those were grounded. At that particular moment in time, the Comair Rescue Consortium, that was the preferred bidder which was selected to take over operations at Comair. That deal has yet to be confirmed and finalized, and that's more or less how we reached this particular point as well. But fast forward just over 6 months later, in December 2020, after about a 6-month grounding, operations slowly started to resume. This was obviously 6 to 7 months once the pandemic went into effect, and the subsequent lockdown regulations as well. So in terms of the grounding of those particular operations at Comair, it came at a time when the pandemic had just started, and the subsequent effects that we had seen across the aviation and the travel sector as well. Perhaps operations then continued throughout 2021 relatively unscathed. Many, perhaps on that front we had seen operations at Comair continuing throughout the year of 2021. And then towards December, when the Omicron variant had more or less, reared its head across the country and across the globe, and that's when the global travel bans in and across the South Africa specifically had been implemented. That caused a major breakdown in perhaps money and the cash flow coming in to the particular airline as well. And then in December as well, we also saw First National Bank buying the lounges in Johannesburg, in Durban as well as Cape Town. This was at 250 million rand going into Comair to ensure some liquidity and some cash flow entering into the airline as well. So if one has to just think to consideration after all the challenges they had from May 2020, by December of 2021, 250 million rand was then added in to the airline. And if we just have to put that into perspective, that's about 5 months ago as well. And then the big challenges really started in March this year as well. The South African Civil Aviation Authority grounded Comair for 5 days. This is due to their safety concerns. The aircraft operation certificate was suspended, and at that particular time, Numsa and the South African Cabin Crew Association, who we will be seeing a bit later on today, also called for the resignation of the CEO Glenn Orsmond. And perhaps at that time it was really unfortunate for the entire aviation sector when the Russia-Ukraine invasion has started and oil prices soared beyond the $110 mark as well. So the bottom line for travel and for flights seemed to be compromised on that front as well. And just to keep stuff into context on how exactly we reached this point and the challenges that Comair have been facing, Discovery, who happens to have various travel plans with for their Vitality members, they added Airlink, SAF Air as well as Lyft to their travel partners, perhaps in the immediate aftermath of that particular grounding of Comair in March as well. So in terms of the major challenges which Comair have been facing, their bottom line was further compromised by Discovery making those changes to their travel partners. And then finally, what we also have seen is since the aircraft, the Boeing 737 MAX challenges, which we had seen out in Indonesia as well as Ethiopia Airlines, they are currently in major challenges and a legal battle with Boeing at this particular moment. Comair taking on Boeing to cancel an agreement for 8 aircraft which they have been buying. That's the Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. So in terms of challenges that we have seen, it's been 2 years in the making. We will be touching base with the South African Cabin Crew Association and Numsa, who will be outside the offices in the next half an hour or so. Hugo.
Our reporter Ahmed Kajee coming to us from the Comair offices, where staff are expected to picket later on this morning following the yet again grounding of Comair and Kulula. Thank you for your time.